So as we get ready for our practice, bringing our awareness back to the moment. Don't forget to breathe deeply. Let's hug in the knees. Nice deep hug of the knees. Check in with the breath as that diaphragm already starting massaging some abdominal organs. I didn't check the temperature in here. I think it's a little chilly, isn't it? Breath is deep. As the knees get hugged nice and tight. Give me a few more deep breaths. Keep the knees nice and high. Bring the arms out like wings. And then exhale both knees all the way over to the right side of the mat. Leave them down there. Turn your head to the left. These are high knee spinal twists, but we're going to stay down for 6 or 7 breaths as you settle in into a nice twist. You're trying to concrete the legs and find a nice twist the other way. We'll go 6 or 7 breaths per side. When you're ready, lift the knees back up. Exhale them back the other way. When you get them to a nice place, head turns the other way and the breath continues. So we'll do this 4 times. Bring those knees back up when you're ready. You can exhale them down if you want. Head turns the opposite direction. You're trying to find a nice twist. And we'll do it one more time when you're ready. Let's bring it up one more time, lower them over the other way. So we do a lot of spinal twists, different variations. Today is just a high knee spinal twist. You could do them faster, you can do them slower. Today, just 6 or 7 breaths per movement. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring the knees back to center and hug in both knees. Bring the spine back to equanimity. Equanimity is a good word. Right down the middle, not too emotional, one way or the other. Equipose. Let's do some pelvic tilts. So set the feet down on the mat. But let's bring awareness to the fingers for a moment. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Arms are right over your heart. Take a moment to breathe into the fingers. What's it feel like? Bring a little awareness to the wrists. Kind of settling in there. And then without lifting your butt, inhale, arch the back away from the mat. Pelvic tilts. Exhale, lower the back down. So take a moment or two to get that rhythm going. Just arching the back away good from the mat, releasing as you exhale back down. And when you're ready, sure, you can bring those arms in as you inhale and arch the back. You can pull the arms up over the head, just wherever you feel comfortable. And then as the back releases, you can release the hands back. So all along, bringing awareness to the lower back, maybe even breathing into the heart as you inhale and open up, and then arms come overhead. Continue matching the breath with the movement. Just going where you want to go, what works best for your body. We'll do a few more. Pelvic tilts with flipped palms, moving arms, but the butt stays down, right? And let's move into a little arch pose. So take a moment, give yourself a nice deep hug, maybe getting the fingertips to the back scapula behind the shoulders. Nice deep hug. When you're ready, inhale, lift the butt. Exhale, lower the butt, arch pose. And you can move the feet anywhere that works best for you. The closer to the butt, the higher you can go, but not important on how high you go. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. And you have a nice, tight hug going here. And I hope you're breathing deeply. You get any tighter than that? You get a little tighter than that, Jill? Please. Make a note of which arm is closest to your chin and re-hug yourself. I'd set the butt down and take all the awareness to the hug first. Get a nice hug where the fingertips are feeling nice and deep around the shoulders. And then the resume arch pose. Inhale, butt comes up. Exhale, the butt releases back down. Arch pose with hugging arms. You could bring awareness not only to the back, to the shoulders, fingertips. And let's do a couple more, please. And see who can remember from here, yoga walk. You can release out, bring the hands, palms, arms to the side, body, palms down, both feet in the air. Little yoga walk here, pushing up through the heels, so feet are flexed, Judy. One leg pushes up maybe to being straight. The other one drops down just a couple inches. These are not bicycles. You're really trying to strengthen a little bit, loosen up that lumbar. If your awareness is sharp, you can feel that. The lowest part of the spine, right? The lowest part of the lumbar being moved a little bit. You know that. Give me about 4 more steps. When you're ready, you can find half happy baby on your foot of choice. Grab the outside of the foot, the other way with your hand. And tick-tock that foot. Yeah, well, it's very good, then you keep going. Breathing here, tick-tock the foot side to side, front to back. You can piston that leg back down. Oh, I see. I'm there, but yeah, that's fine. It just looks different when you do it. It must be the pink on the black. Tick-tock the foot side to side. Breath comes in, tick-tock it front to back. Knee is bent. It's maybe you're pistoning that foot down as you pull that knee down toward the mat. And make sure you're exploring here. So we're going to move into, in a minute, the most enjoyable part of this practice today. I get to do it 8 times. Can't wait. You guys only have to do it 3 times. Let's go half happy baby on the other side. Breath comes in. You can straighten that other leg so that you can stretch out the groin with a little more effectiveness as you breathe here. I'm sorry? No, that is the correct way. It just looks like you're on the inside. See, and I can grab the outside and stay here, but as I pull the leg here, my arm goes the inside anyway. So it's the same thing. It just looked a little odd to me, Judy, but you do have it. So the leg gets tick-tock side to side, front to back, and you pull that foot down as you piston the knee down. Give me a few more deep breaths. Well done. When you're ready, go ahead and release the hand from the foot. Now, we'll do some 70s, some 45s, and some 30s. So bring the arms to the side body, palms down. Bring both feet up to the heavens. These are 70s. You could probably push them to 90s, but I want you just to lift them up where it's comfortable. Take a breath or two here. Now, drop the legs down to about 45 degrees, holding here. This one may be your most challenging of this sequence. What you tell me. Let's drop the feet down to about 30 degrees or about 6-8 inches from the mat. And then kick the feet, just a nice slow flutter kick up and down. And then let's do some scissor kicks, one foot crossing over the other. And then bring the feet back up to 70s. There's your rest as you take a moment here. And then drop down to 45. And then make your way down to 30, or about 6 inches from the mat. And then a little flutter kick. Don't you just love it? You just love it. And then some scissor kicks. Oh yeah, and then come back up to 70s. Take a moment. So what I might do is let you have, you tell me, let's test on this one. Stack, I'm about ready to tell you. Stack the hands, and put them underneath the butt. Careful, Denise. Now you tell me if this one's easier. Now drop down to 45. Hold there a moment. And then drop down to 30s. A little lower. And then flutter kick for me a little bit. Last one. And then give me the scissors. 3. And then release all the way. Take a break. Which one was easier? Hands under the butt?
With the hands.
Under the butt?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because my lower back was feeling it at that time. So I think we'll do in the subsequent classes, we'll have them do that. So take a moment, release, relax. Is it starting to get a little warmer in here? Especially after that, right? I'll ask Annie to say hi to Creo. I told her Thursday to tell Creo to come out, but maybe something is going on with her husband. So you can begin to visualize how you're going to maneuver your body to a seated position. We're going to work this Monday, opening up the body quite nicely. So you're going to be in a soft staff pose to start. So just both legs here. Breath comes back in. Bend the right leg. Bring one hand on either side of the right foot. Bring it on up. Breath comes in as you are back in your practice. You're really focusing here on lifting out and trying to straighten the leg. You might be able to bring some thoughts to the fingers. And you're not static here. You're trying to move a little, bringing some energy to the back of that leg. Give me a few more deep breaths. If you want, you can touch the nose to the knee, right, Lucille? Come on, Judy. And then bend that right leg. Set that right foot on the other side of the right leg, adjusting your sit bones. We're going to find the half Lord of the Fishes twist. That's your right leg, so hug it with your left arm. Sit up tall. Take your right hand behind you on the mat. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your right. And you're working here. You're trying to move the fingertips of that right hand, walking them away from you as you find a decent, full expression of this twist. Breath comes in. Continue breathing, maybe feeling the diaphragm opening and closing as it massages your liver, your kidney, your spleen. And releasing. Back out. Let's see the stars, even though we're indoors. Take that right foot, set it down on the other side, the left knee. Left hand behind you, fingers pointing away. Far enough behind you so you can now, if you can see me, lift the butt, lay the hand back, see the stars. Yeehaw. See if you can let this go. 2, the head goes back, the butt comes up. 2, 3. Just one hand, the left hand. Left hand on the mat. Release back down with complete control. And then straighten the right leg. Bend the left one. I saw that, Jill. Complete control. And so did the entire world when Jonathan posted this. Bring both hands on either side of the left foot. Boom. Bring it on up. Breath comes in as you explore, opening the back of this leg. I don't know why you're laughing. You didn't get there. You're trying to straighten the leg. You're trying to lift out of the waist. And it's not important if you're not able to do that. There's no ego in yoga. Ego can make us sick, or somebody else, right? As we talked about, someone in your family could be sick because of your ego. But at least bring energy to the back of the leg. When you're ready, bend that left knee, set the left foot on the other side of the right leg, sit up tall, hug the left knee with the right arm, and exhale your way to the left. Find a nice effective breath when you get there. And can you go deeper than that? As you find your full expression of a half Lord of the Fishes, twisting pose, maybe you can feel the diaphragm opening and closing. This time we'll see how well everyone does in See the Stars. When you're ready, release back out. Pick up that left leg, bring the left foot just to the side of the right leg. Now that's your left foot, so bring your left foot's here. You pick it up, place it there. Bring your right hand behind you only. Right? At an angle where you can balance. Lift it on up, lay it on back. See the stars. Breathing here. Nice, Judy Weber. Denise Flynn. Lucille Smith. Waiting for Jill Schwartz. Well, then use 2 hands. When you're ready, Jill, you only 4 breaths. Everyone else, release back down. When you're ready, let's go to wide angle. If you can see Lucille, she's spreading the legs out nice and wide. Now set your sit bones forward. Okay? Because we're going forward in a minute. You're nice and wide. You're going to lean forward. So that kind of sits you straight up. Flex the feet, spread the toes, interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Take a moment here to work with a line of energy. Are the arms, are you trying to get the arms in line with the ears? Are you trying to find a nice line? This is a good strengthener for the 70 sets of muscles that run up and down the spine. You can release back out, but reset the sit bones forward. You can undo the toes because you're trying to find hands here. As you exhale, maybe crawl the fingers, stretching the back of the legs, working with a little wide angle modified yoga mudra. Bring all that, we've already stretched out the back of the legs. Keep that awareness in the back of the legs as you try to release in the groin. So this is a nice opening for the body, this class today. A little different. Maybe a few more breaths, but that's fine. I like the way you're exploring. There's no right way to do anything. Everyone's anatomy is different. When you're ready, you can begin releasing out. Now, pick either leg. Makes no difference, but you're going head to knee, so adjust the sit bones. In some way, you're going to that leg, and then exhale the hands to the toes, release the head down to the knee. Now you may have to stretch a little in the side body. You may be able to shimmy the shoulders side to side, finding your head to knee. Maybe you can get the forehead all the way to the knee. A lot of this movement has to do with the breath. The breath help releasing you. So Denise, if you can, you straighten that leg. For some reason you're trying to straighten it, it keeps popping up. Give me a few more deep breaths. Very calming for the nervous system. When we finished this in the earlier class, they didn't want to come up.
Maybe they couldn't.
We still have a little more to do, especially when we get to rotate it shoulder. When you're ready, you can begin releasing out. And the same thing, kind of rotate shoulders, right? I've committed to the other leg, sit bones forward. You have to kind of lift out of your trunk, maybe even stretching the side body and work your way head to knee on this side, exploring what works for you. I think I'll take the time in the next class to share with them how you can shimmy the shoulders. So Judy, you can maybe get both hands together. Shimmy those shoulders. Stretch the side body one at a time. And we'll work on that. Keep breathing. I need a few more deep breaths. So everybody went to the left? Good. Then it'll help me with this rotated shoulder. So Saturday in Vail, I was thinking, while they were in their head to knee, how can I get a rotated shoulder without doing the full expression, because it's challenging. So it came to me, there's 8 million poses. You can come out. There's 8 million yoga poses, so I'm sure this is one of them. You were to the left, right? Okay. Take your right elbow. Set it down on the inside of your right leg. Look where mine is. And then bring the right hand underneath the calf. Maybe from there you can get the shoulder down. But now, let that right side linger on the leg as you bring the left arm up and look up to the fingertips. Breathing here and exploring, maybe even opening up a little more. So we're going to start here in a rotated shoulder, modified rotated shoulder. Stay there a moment. So Denise, you're going to work on trying to get the hand underneath the leg. Now, if you can, take that top arm, curl it over the head, and maybe now keep the chest open, but maybe now rotating the head now and shoulder more toward that right thigh. And just let it go. This is the one they didn't want to get up from. Good. Let it go, though. Let it go. Well done. When you're ready, releasing back out. Oh. Yeah. Take the left elbow, if you can, down, right? And then that left hand under. Get the left hand. See my arm, Denise? I'm getting it under. That's my anchor. All the way under. Float that other hand up. Just like water. And then explore. As you inhale, you'll notice it helps open you up on the inhale. Right? Finding a nice rotated. Let that shoulder release down on the thigh. And then you can curl that top arm. No hurry here. Just finding a nice modified rotated shoulder. So this is what you'll see the full expression where they'll grab the feet. This is plenty. Give me a couple more breaths.
I've got my phone.
Yeah, that's fine. Lucille's closer to the full expression. And Jill, when you're ready, release out. Bring the feet together. Jill, I'm watching you. Point the toes. Bring the hands behind you. Eastern stretch, fingers pointing away. Lift the butt up off the mat and lay the head back. Bring in the breath. So this is a counter pose for the twisting. And then set that one back down. And bend the knees. Now, you can be here in kickback pose, but when you come up to rotated table or reverse table or inverted table, see if you can move the feet more under the knees. Hands behind you, lift the butt. And then now walk the feet under, right? Walk the feet way under and lift up. Get a little back bend going here. Let the head go back. Oh yeah. And then slowly release back down. Lie back on your back. Take a break. Bend the knees though when you lie back. Let's do a few arch poses. Inhale, lift the butt. This is how we're going to finish our practice today. Bringing that spine back to equanimity. And then take a moment or two, hug in the knees, maybe for 4 or 5 breaths, nice and tight. And then when you feel like your spine is back to where it likes to be, take a moment, lie back, and relax. You can begin visualizing how you're going to maneuver your body to table pose. When you get to table pose, we're going to take a moment or two to spread the fingers out on the mat. So fingers are pointing forward, hands are under the shoulders. And take a minute to spread the fingers, even anchoring the pinky, maybe working out from there, or anchor the thumb and work out from there. And get a nice broad spread of the fingers.
That's as far as they spread, kiddo.
When you're ready, curl the toes under, and let's rock a little front to back, bringing a little awareness to the fingers, obviously, but as you rock backward, a little to the toes. Maybe even move the feet together and splay the heels out, bringing those little pinky toes a little bit of affection. And let's stop in the middle, do a few cat-cows. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, arch the back, push the belly to the mat. Bring the head back up. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back, cat back. Inhale, arch the back, push the belly to the mat, bring the head looking back up. Continue matching the breath with the movement. Cat-cow. Let's do 2 more cats and 2 more cows. And then drop down to your forearms. Undo your toes. Roll the wrists. Open and close the hands. And take a moment. So we're going to work into the scorpion cat bow. Let's come back up to table. Now, in a moment, when you get to cat bow, the leg will be hip height. I'm going to keep the elbows in. I'm going to drop my chin down in front of the fingers. Okay, I see too many cat bows like this, where they're dropping the forearms down here. Okay, let's start off in table pose, just a nice solid. You can exhale if you want, bring the chin to chest, the forehead toward the knee. Don't let the foot touch. Hold here for 3, 2. So we're rounding the back, a little strengthening here. Now kick that leg up to scorpion, bring the head up. Head up. Now straighten that leg straight back to hip height. Remember, you're leaning forward now, elbows staying tight as you find a little cat bow for 3. Excuse me? Did you get cat burn on the chin? Push back up to table pose. Set that knee back down. Round the back, bring the other knee toward the forehead. Holding here. Rounding the back. 3. Kick it on up to scorpion. Head comes up. So a little strengthener here, huh? Good for the body. Holding up. Head comes up. Straighten that leg straight back, hip height, and drop down. Cat bow. Chin out in front. Fingertips, elbows close to the trunk. Push back to table. Set that knee back down. You're on your own. Round the back. bring the knee to the forehead. The other leg holding. And you're counting 3 breaths per side. You're on your own. Head up. More here, the chin.
Yeah, I can't do it here.
So Denise Flynn of Flynn Electric has a prior commitment. She has to head out. So we're going to end up with 3 on each leg. I know how you want to do more, but 3 on each leg. I did the first one with you. You're going to do 2 more. It looks like Lucille and Judy have finished or on their second round. Denise Flynn, have a wonderful day. When you finish all 3 rounds, push back into child's pose. Take a break. So we do have to work a little bit on strength. Never give up working on getting stronger. I had a woman call me today. Tabitha, I believe her name was. 45. She may end up coming here, or the VFW, or the Sunrise Chapel. She lives near me, Speedway in Houghton, and lives near Judy Weber. She said, chair yoga. I said, can you get up from the floor? She said, yeah, with difficulty. I said, well, you're 45. Your muscles can get stronger all the way up till you're 90. Don't do chair yoga. So we always got to work on getting stronger. When you're ready, come up to kneeling just for a moment. Now, in a minute, we're going to find a downward dog, and then I'm going to ask you to step the right foot up to the hands. You'll find a nice lunge. You can alter any way you can, and then from here we'll ask you to come up to crescent pose. This is not crescent pose. Notice the heel in the back is up. You'll come here, boom. Now you're in crescent pose. Expressive hands, head looking straight ahead. And then we'll come back down, stepping back into downward dog, and we'll do the other side. When you're ready, push up to downward dog. Breath comes in as you walk your dog. Lift your heels up one at a time. Breath comes back in, Judy Weber, Lucille Smith, and Jill Swolst, as you enjoy the benefit of inversion. So I was at the gym yesterday, Sunday, December 15th. Jonathan, too bad, couldn't join me. But as I did my workout and I put some yoga in, I noticed the whole 45 minutes I was breathing deep. And that's what you want to do in a yoga class. You can keep this breathing throughout, except when you're taking a break. Let's step the right foot up to the hands. If you can't get it there, reach back with the right hand, pull it up, find a nice lunge. Remember that back heel stays up. When you're ready, see if you can bring the trunk up. Trunk comes up first, and then bring the arms up. Expressive fingers, everything's strong, looking straight ahead. Just a real strong position here. Good. So you can bring, the hands are probably more natural here, like touchdown. And bring both hands down to the mat on either side of that front foot. Step the front foot back to downward dog. Take a moment here, just how strong you've all gotten since we first started. Step the left foot up to the hands. If you can't get the reach back with the left hand, pull it on up. Get a nice lunge going. Get your balance right. Think about what you're doing, and when you're ready, come on up to crescent pose. You might be a little deep there, which is what's causing, right, that ankle right under the knee. And let's find some expression in the hands too, right? Energy moving through the fingertips, lifting you out, making it an easier pose. When you're ready, release both hands down on either side of the left foot. Step the back foot to the front, forward fold. Leave your fingers near the toes as you get your balance and your strength. Breath continues as you enjoy the benefits. As you stretch out the back of the legs as well, right? When you're ready, make your way up to standing. You love the breath. I can hear her breathe. Who? I'm pointing over there.
Okay. I'm stuffed up, so now
Judy's nose is all duffed up. I've heard you breathe before. Too easy? Class too easy? So let's find mountain as we'll do a little work from here and we'll wind down to seated. Mountain, you look down, make sure the feet are hip width. I know your hips are wider than that. No, that's too wide. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. We haven't stretched yet. There's a couple of movements we haven't done. Lay the head back. And now as you inhale, you're patient here. Tim just said we're winding down. So as you inhale, push the hands away from the head, right? And see if you can notice the shirt moving away from the waist. If you're stretching, the shirt should be moving up, right? We haven't done any stretching today, so give me about 3 more inhales. Are you breathing? Mm-hmm. We need to do CPR. I can't hear anything coming out of those lungs. When you're ready, you can bring your head looking at me, but let's interlace the fingers without the pointer fingers and bring the hands behind the head. Let's give me a lateral bend to the left. Exhaling, Jill. And each time you exhale, Jill, deeply trickle down to your left. So we haven't done any lateral bends yet. We did a little rotated shoulder, right, from wide angle. It's kind of a lateral bend. Now drop that closest hand to the thigh, closest hand to the mat, right, the left hand to the thigh, and give me a few more inches as you trickle the hand down. Good. When you're ready, release back to center. Bring both hands behind the head again and exhale to the right. Each time you exhale, trickling down a little more. I'm sorry? Very good. Exhaling down. Jill wants to talk to me after class. Then let that hand go, the right hand go to the thigh, trickling down the right side. When you're ready, release back to center. Fierce pose, chair pose, forward fold, interlace the fingers. Now you can start here with a nice line. When you find fierce pose, yes, the arms can go forward. Naturally they will, but don't collapse them. You're trying to keep the arms as straight as you can. And the head's going to look down as well. When you're ready, sit. From here, you'll notice the head looks down. Maybe the eyes are looking about 6 inches ahead of you. The arms have dropped, but you're not going to collapse them. And now you'll notice that back is arched. The blood flow is going nicely to that lower back. And we're strengthening the shoulders, the hips, the knees, the ankles, major joints of the body. Now separate the hands, drop down a little deeper, chair pose. Breathing here. The head now drops a little more. You could probably force the head up, but there's no reason to do that, as this really isn't about the head or neck. It's about the shoulders, strengthening the posture, the knees, the hips, the ankles. And now find forward fold. Fingertips hit the mat. Let the head go, straightening the legs as you find your balance and strength again. Bring both hands underneath the same foot. Both hands under the same foot as you explore. Now, you could bend that leg of choice to get a nice deep step, and then just play here. And it's simply for variety. We often bring both hands down to separate feet. Now listen carefully. The foot you've chosen, I want you to release the hands and walk the hands to the outside of that foot, around near the heel. Right? So now you've got a little twisting forward fold. Breathing here for a few more deep breaths. Good. Release and come to the front and bring both hands under the foot of the other foot. Stretching that side as the breath continues. Give me a few more breaths, please, as we finish up our practice. You can now release the fingers from under that foot. Walk the hands around that same foot near the heel in the back and explore a little more with a nice twisting forward fold. When you're ready, see if you can find squat, and don't tell me you can't find squat. And then without crashing, bring the hands behind the butt. See if you can gently set the butt down. Now, what counter pose would we do before our final resting pose?
This thing right here.
That's a counter pose for shoulder stand. I already showed you guys. We did it already once. Our final resting pose when you're ready. Bend the knees. We just had forward fold. Give me a few arch poses. So forward fold countered by back bends, right? This is enough. If you want to move the feet farther under the butt. After 5 to 7 or 8 of those, then definitely hug in the knees. Stretching the spine, bringing it back to equanimity. After hugging the knees for a time, find the most important pose in all of yoga. Well done. As you awaken from the old you to the brand new you, take all the time you need. Stretch out any way that works best for your body. Eventually, mindfully, carefully make your way to a comfortable seated position. Too easy? That class is way too easy. No? Let's bring our hands together in the heart center. Thank you all for sharing your practice today with me and with each other. Annie said she would check on Creo. Today's closing. Learning to ignore things is one of the great paths to inner peace. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste. You're welcome, Jill.